down for like a few days now, and it was great to get out of the house. No, it's not better. A little better. Anyways, excuse me if I just like burst into spontaneous coughing, because that seems to happen. But this will be quick. I was asking the entitled playlist what a certain person, what they really want for a topic or subject matter or question for me to do on shuffle. Kind of got an answer. But in the midst of that, kind of driving around exploring the other side of the highway, which I've never really been over here, and just there's a lot of really cute little houses but need fixing up. It's not a very good neighborhood. But I'm driving around here and just trying to find somewhere new, and that's what I was going to talk about is newness. In like the span of like 3 minutes, I passed a prequel. I do feel so like my mind is just like not there right now. I passed a preschool. It said phase 1, which made me think of the alchemical phases. Hey, look, it's like a red and blue house. Perfect. And the song playing was A$AP Rocky's Feel So Good, and a lyric is something new. And then I looked to my left and there was another, I don't know what it was, but it was like New Beginnings or something, or I don't know, kind of groggy, but it was one of those kinds of things. And I passed a license plate that said baby girl, which made me think of like an infant. Maybe that's what it was, an infant, I don't know. But in any case, just a bunch of different signs for the initial phase in the alchemical cycle, which is, it's all about newness and revolution and breaking away from the status quo and breaking down, protests and demonstrations and things like that. I always get like the very like pioneer sense and all that, which I think in a grander scale, that is like if you were to like take a poll for everything going on in the world, I'd say probably that the average is world's in the first phase of this kind of cycle, social, cultural cycle, but we all have our own speed at which we go through, or pace, that we go through these cycles in our own life and within different areas in our lives, and in different industries. I'd say like the fashion industry, like very fashion forward people, designers are a couple steps ahead, because you have to work a couple seasons ahead usually, and like I said, usually is what I've noticed is now I'm like sounding like that Cancer rising. You don't have to read into anything that I'm saying. I'm just trying to be very clear, but I'm not talking very well. That there is some sort of like 1, 2, 3, or it's like 3 phases of mixture of things usually, and like the fashion forward people would be like phase 3 right now. Wait, you're just gonna stop in the middle of the road, sir? a windy road, no less, where like I could have, what are you doing? Oh, you want me? There's like 50 cars behind me. Like, make up your mind, sir. And the world scale is like, first phase, and so somewhere in between would be the lensing, the elements phase, and I'm in my element right now. It's out of the Balmain Balmain campaign with different elements, character living, and yeah, I guess that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. I think I had some other points, but I'm really just, my brain is just tired. I want to be excited to do something, but I feel like there's so many things I'm excited about doing at all times that I'm just like, unless something really strikes my interest, which is usually emotion-based, the mood that I'm in, like, I'll kind of go with that topic. But otherwise, there's just like so much to do. So in a lot of ways, I do rely on emotion, and I think we all, to give us that drive of direction of where to go, and the more developed minds are, I guess, able to realize that and then take a step back and see if that is really what is, I guess, best, just not because you're, just going off of emotions to pick a subject or pick a topic or pick a direction. But, some sort of assessment. I don't know if this isn't making sense or really very interesting, but yeah, and so that middle ground is the lensing of the elements and lensing different perspectives, and like you can imagine putting on the lenses of someone else, like putting yourself in someone else's shoes, basically. Seeing things, trying to imagine how the world looks, how they might see something through their perspective, through their style, through their taste, through what, that's what the lens project was that I've mentioned a few times, that trying to get into the mind, I guess, through just doing research on like what it was that called their attention and what they focused on, maybe the different phases in their lives, and these artists and designers that I was lensing, and that is a really helpful skill in general, because not only does it help you to be empathetic, but and sympathetic. I think no one really wants sympathy so much as you just want, I think, people to be empathetic to what you're experiencing. And by just like doing some brief research on these different artists and designers, I was able to sort of get into their mindscape of how they approached their work, and I would follow those kind of steps, like if they, just depending on the certain tools or things that they used, different techniques, I would structure whatever I was doing around that, and see how the designer that I was matching them with, that already had some overlaps, but there's overlaps in everything, so to really mesh something, it's not just like matching, it's to really mesh something, to coalesce, is to bring both elements together and create both aesthetics together. So trying to see what these designers were, that I found that kind of resembled some of the paintings, or just reminded me of a painting by an artist that I then took time to experiment with, which is a little bit about that lensing feel, experimenting and trying different things, trying out different perspectives, and seeing how it would fit into the garment would fit into the painting, or how really combining the two, like taking the what's it called, the techniques and ways of looking at things